By hook or by needles we'll craft away, stitch by stitch we'll brighten the day, knitting and crocheting just for fun.
Hi, my name is Sam, and this is By Hook or By Needles. Welcome to any new subscribers, and welcome back to all my existing subscribers. Well, today I've just got a little bit of a yarn haul. Now, I've got other yarn coming, but I thought rather than show you all of it at once, I would show you what I've got already. And then when the other stuff comes in, and I'm not sure when that's going to be coming in, I'll show you the other stuff. Okay, so to start off, this year, normally, last year and the year before, so 2004 and 2023 are just 2 years that I didn't do the Scheepjes or Scheepjes or whatever you want to call it, cowl. And the reason I didn't do it is because I really wasn't overly impressed with what they were offering. Both were made with Scheepjes packs, with the little mini balls, which would cost, like, for me, over 500 Australian dollars. And, and because they were individual colours and little balls, trying to match them up and get small balls or even large balls of similar colours was just not in the budget either. So I missed out. But this year they've actually brought out a pattern that really I was wanting to do. So first I'm going to show you my colours, because what I did was I, once again, wasn't going to go with Colour Crafter. In my opinion, Colour Crafter is an overrated price. Yeah, that's probably a better way of saying it. I was going to say overrated yarn. It's not an overrated yarn. It is a very good acrylic yarn. I think it's also an anti-peel acrylic yarn. So it's a good acrylic yarn. However, it is quite a bit more than some of my other favourite yarns. And let me see if I can grab a ball to show you the brand that I am favouring for acrylics at the moment, and that is Create, Yarn Smith's Create. Now that is the home brand, if you like, of Wool Warehouse, which is in the UK. So you're probably thinking, well, yeah, postage from the UK must be horrendous. No, not as bad as you might think it is. In fact, I'll get into that in a little while. I've basically gone through this in a previous video, but I'll touch on it briefly again. Okay, so I'm going to show you my colors. These are the colors. Whoops, hang on. I selected. So there's a dark green, a pale blue, a medium purple, a dark purple, a light purple, a blue. I wouldn't call it a teal. It's not green enough to be a teal. Then there's the a green. Oops, over here. Whoops, over here. There's a green, which is more of a sage green, I think. Then you've got three shades of pink and a yellow. So they are the colours I selected from Wool Warehouse. Now, one of these, though, this one, is actually a Scheepjes Colour Crafter. And that's because when I was ordering it, I had both windows open. I had the Scheepjes window open, and I had the Create window open. And I was trying to match up the colours as best I could online, which granted, is not always necessarily going to be the most competent way to choose colours, but I didn't have much choice. Let me tell you the price difference. Scheepjes Colour Crafter, he went with Colour Crafter only for the kits because Wool Warehouse is actually selling full kits of the blanket. That was £69, £65, which is approximately 130 Australian dollars. And I'm going to say around about 100. Sorry, we lost connection again. That is very frustrating. I'm just giving you a ballpark figure. So $100, 130 Australian, or 65 English pound if you got the Scheepjes. Like I say, I matched up the colours to get the Create. I got the 19 skeins that you need to make the blanket, because there's 19 skeins in the Colour Crafter kit. I got the 19 skeins for a little between 30 and 35 pound, half price. And honestly, if you were blindfolded and asked to pick the Scheepjes, you wouldn't be able to. There is the softness of them both is remarkable. This does have a little bit more yarn. I think it has about 20 meters more than this one. But yeah, it's not enough really for me to warrant paying for this one. Now, this one is created in, I think, like I said, this is an anti-peel. And it is made currently, where was it? I think, no, it doesn't tell you on the label. Nope, it's not going to tell me. Last time I checked, Colour Crafter was created in China, but that might not necessarily be true now. It might have changed. Whereas Yarnsmith's Create is made in Turkey, and I'd rather my money go to Turkey, to be honest. 290 meters, 300 meters. So I lied. I said it was 20 meters difference. It's just 10 meters difference. So very little difference in meterage. So they're the colors I've chosen. Now let me show you, if I can, the Scheepjes page. Now, I don't think I can actually get it any larger than that, but this is the website for the Scheepjes Universe in Bloom. That is the name of the blanket. So I'm going to put the link to the page in the description box, and you can go there and have a good look at it yourself. But I just wanted to show you that it's Scheepjes Universe in Bloom. And you go onto the side. I actually searched Scheepjes Cal, C-A-L, 2025 to find this page. So, and hang on, how am I going to do this? Right, so if we go down, just gives you a little bit of information about it. And it tells us that it starts in autumn of 2025. Now, that's obviously autumn for the Northern Hemisphere. And it says, this cowl offers a wonderful opportunity to connect with fellow crafters and master new stitches. Okay. There is a tips and tricks PDF which will be released on the 1st of October, and the CAL runs from the 8th of October to the 17th of December. Okay. And so that's, how many weeks is that? It's 10 weeks, I think. 10 weeks? 12 weeks. Normally tells you. It's released in Dutch, German, and in English. It's also available in the UK terminology and US terminology. Now, here is the Color Crafter blanket choices. So, this is the one I'm doing. If it pops up. It's taking its time. It's like having dial-up again. Okay, so this is, once again, this is as large as I can get it, I'm afraid. This is the Color Crafter Rainbow. So as you can see, I've just chosen different colors from just pairing them up as close as I could. Okay, the next one is the bouquet, the bouquet. Again, that's Color Crafter. I have not matched up the colors for this one. And the third Color Crafter one is called Delft. And that's just blues and cream, I would imagine, or off-white of some form. And that is the 3 colorway packs that you can get from Wool Warehouse in the UK. Now, the reason why Helen Shrimpton, that's a different one I'm talking about. Don't worry. Slash that, reverse it. Okay. So, okay, so that's the in bloom packs. Oh, no, it's not going to show these pictures. Then they've got a cotton version, which is 50% recycled cotton. The pictures are coming into view now. They've got a 50% recycled cotton, a 50% premium cotton, and then it's and they're 50-gram balls, and that's these 3 colorways. These are at quite a different cost, as you would imagine, because they're Scheepjes, cottons, and that sort of thing. This one's called Galaxy. Sorry, I forgot what the Earth. So this one is the Earth. Then we've got Galaxy, and the final one is Seaside. So if you like any of these colorways better than the rainbow, I would suggest, if you cannot afford to buy the packs, which, to be perfectly honest, not many of us can, but you can see the colors. It tells you the yarn, the name of the yarn, the color number of the yarn, and how many skeins or balls of that yarn you need. Okay, so it's telling, it's got all the information on here of all the colorways, what colors in the, Scheepjes yarn you need. And and it was created by Deirdre Uys. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. Now, Deirdre is from where's she living with her? Oh, she's living in what? It doesn't say where she's. Why tell me where she is? Oh, she lives in the UK. Sorry, apologies. It does tell me, but she is also the designer of Look What I Made. Okay, you may know that brand. Look at What I Have Made. And she was, so she's the creator of the Sophie's Universe, Charlotte's Universe, and Scheepjes 2018 cow called Ubuntu, 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 something like that. So yeah. So I got a feeling she's also doing, Look What I Made is doing the videos for it. This is a free cow. They will they will release one part every week between the 8th of October and the 17th of December. Okay, now let me see if I can find the wool warehouse. I should have that easily here. And let's have a look. I'll put Scheepjes kit. Whoops, spelled it wrong. Hopefully it's still come up. No. Okay. All right. So I'm going to show you the kit prices, just in case you want to have a look. So, okay. Oops. Okay. Yep, it's done. Let's go max as we can. No, the other way. All right. Once again, you can't really see them very well, but I'll read out the most important information. So you can see that the Delft is listed first here, and that is £64.99. The Universe in Bloom, the Earth, is £85, and that's out of stock already. That's the cotton one. That was in the second group of yarns. Then the Colour Crafter Bouquet is still available at £65. And if I scroll down, I see the one that I've chosen, which was £65, which is the rainbow. Then you've got the Seaside £77, because that is Cotton Create. It's done in another cotton. It's done in the Yarn Smith's cotton. And then finally, you've got the cotton £85, also in the Galaxy. But Galaxy, Seaside, and Earth are all out of stock. So if you wanted any of those, you would have to go to the site, and I'll show you what I did. Let's see if it's right. You go to the site where it offers, tells you how many are in stock, how many quantity you get in the packet, and you can scroll down, and on this side, I'll just make sure that's showing up. On this side, on the left-hand side, you can see a list of all of the Rainbow Pack shades. It gives you yarn A is called Brussels, which is number 2004, and you only need one ball of that. And it goes right through, and it tells you at the end you need a 3.75 millimeter hook. And yeah, starts from the 8th of October, as I already said, in 12 weeks, 12-week release. So there's 12 parts to this cow. All right. So that's the Scheepjes cow of 2025, which I will actually be doing. So, if anybody wishes to actually join in and do that with me, you're more than welcome to. I won't be obviously sharing the pattern, nor will I be doing tutorials on what's going on, but I will show you my progress from week to week, and And if you have any problems, you can always ask Deirdre from Look What I Made, and I'm sure she'd help you out. But that's that cow. The other cow that I'm waiting on is actually a cow that, oh, I'll show you that when it actually comes in. No point in showing no point in showing it to you before I get it. Hey, I'm counting my eggs before they hatch. Right. What I also got with this pack of yarn for the cow is I looked and they still had some yarn on special. Now I showed you this yarn that was on special a little while ago, and it's still on special. Only now more colors are available. In fact, all of the colors are available. And I'm going to show you this, and I'm going to ask you to tell me what is this? Do you know? Do you recognize the yarn? Hmm? It's got a green in the middle, followed by a yellow, orange, a sort of pinky color, purple, dark green, and then out to teal sort of color. Okay. If you're saying mandala gnome, yeah, it looks just like the mandala gnome, and I will show you what I mean. Okay, let's have a look. Whoops. Nope. Don't play up on me. And you will see, you can't really see the colors too well here, but the mandala yarn, this is the mandala gnome colorway. And you can see that it has the colors that I just mentioned. It even has that sort of funny greeny color between the sort of sagey green at the top and the teal. It even has a band of that dark color there. Now, the cost of this one, is the cost on the page? Yes, $8.99. Now that's US dollars. It's $9 US. Okay, so I paid nothing like that for this yarn. This, in fact, is, oops, I've got to get this right. Whoops, Elvis. It's Yarnsmith's brand, so it's a home brand. It's a double knit, just like the mandala. And I think they're discontinuing them because normally this would be £7.40, and it has been reduced to £3 at the moment. And to me, £3 for this is cheap in anyone's language. For me, that means it's $6 approximately Australian. And yeah, it's probably very equal to $9 US, 8 or 9 US. So it's not going to be so much as a bargain for the US people, but for us here in Australia, to pick this up for $6 Australian, doesn't include the postage, I grant you, is a pretty good deal, because if we try to buy the Lion brand yarn here, we're looking at $24 Australian. And when it's on special, we might get away with 14 Australian dollars. Yeah, it's not cheap. So I bought 8 balls, 8 cakes. And then after I ordered that, that's when I went back and I ordered my second load, which is coming soon. But before I do that, I had a look to see what else did Yarnsmiths have on special that I could take advantage of with this postage. And I saw this, and this is really, really nice. I love purple and I love blue. This is a teal sort of color, not showing up very well, but it's purple to teals. It's an ombre. It's a mild yarn, so most of the yarn is, can't see it so well there. Let's have a look. You might see it better there. Oh, I keep going the wrong direction. You see it better there. It's like two strands or two colors held together and twisted. So it's a mild yarn. I can't remember what I paid for it. I'm sorry, but it is called Lagoon, and it's once again Yarnsmiths DK, and it is, doesn't even tell me the color. It is 100 grams, which is 340 meters or 372 yards. So that's not bad. It's a 3-weight, I would say, and so is the Elvis. It's a 3-weight, and I just got 4 of these. I think they were a little bit more expensive. They might have been £4 or £5, but I thought they were so nice that I would take advantage of them and throw them in the postage along with what I was already getting. So that's the yarn haul I got today. I am, like I say, once I ordered all this, then Helen Shrimpton came along and said, okay, I'm releasing my CAL information and kits early so that the US people can take advantage of the kits that will be on sale at, or for sale, I should say, at Wool Warehouse. And you can go there and you can buy the kits. Now, the kits for Wool Warehouse for the Helen Shrimpton CAL is, and I'll show you all this when it comes in next week or the week after, whenever it happens. They use Stylecraft Special DK yarn, which once again, in my opinion, is almost identical to the Yarnsmith and the Scheepjes. There really isn't much difference in those 3 yarns. You, you know, if you took the bands off them and didn't know what you were handling, you know, you would have a hard time trying to pick the, you know, the differences between them. Except, like I say, this has a little bit more meterage. But I'll show you more of that when it comes out. Now, like I said, the only reason I'm telling you about it now is so that you can actually go and take advantage of the current price, because I don't know when the price is going to go up, but the reason Helen Shrimpton released the kits is because of tariffs. Tariffs for the UK, I don't know whether it's 10, 20, but I don't know what percentage it is at the moment. It jumps around like no one's business. So it's hard to know, pinpoint an actual percentage. But it's going to be a minimum of 10%. We know that much, I think. And it could be as much as 20 or 30 or even 50%, who knows. So she wanted the US people to get a chance of buying it at a reduced price, because if she waited until when she normally releases the kits, the tariffs would have been in effect, and it would have cost so much more for her followers. So I thought that was pretty good of her to do that. It's a free CAL. You know, she didn't have to, you know, do that, but she did because she knew that the tariffs were coming. And yeah, so that was really good of her, I think. I actually could have done what I did with the Scheepjes. I could have gone in onto the Wool Warehouse site and exchanged the special Stylecraft Special DK for the Yarnsmith and matched up all the colours and everything. But to be perfectly honest, it was £35 for the kit, for the blanket. And I thought, £35? 70 Australian dollars. I'm going to say 55 to 60 US dollars. I don't think that's outrageous for a really. You've seen the pattern. No, you haven't seen the pattern. I did show it the other day, I think. But you will see the pattern when I get the kits come in. Um, it's a beautiful pattern. It really is. I've actually chosen colours. There's several colours kits available. And I chose one which had Christmas colours, which was red, green, off-white, and red, green, off-white, and black, I think. Black was an odd choice. I was going to replace the black with a silver. I thought that might have been nicer, but in the end I decided not to because I had sort of spent way too much, and I bought more of this again because it's just such a good price. Anyway, so that is it for today. I hope you liked seeing what I've got today. And well, actually, it came in yesterday. No, the day before yesterday. And I'm hoping. Oh, this is my rainbow cardigan. Now I've already started my second one because I was making two, one for my daughter and one for my daughter-in-law, and then I'm making a third one for my grandson, so they all have matching cardigans. Because I'm using black yarn, I didn't think that would be very good for doing a tutorial. I am going to do a tutorial and explain how you can make this, how you can start it. It has no joint at the back. There's no seam. Turn. It's my turn. No seam at the back. It has no seam under the arms. It has only a seam on the top of the arms, which you really can't see on the black. And yeah, so what I decided to do in the end was I'm just going to do a mock-up one in started off in a lighter color, just so you can see how it works. And I'm just going to do that in probably some sort of yellow or green, pale green or pale blue or something like that, so you can see it worked up and know what to do. So that's coming. I don't know when. The make here, in case you're interested, is called the Enigma, Enigma, the Enigma. It is a blanket. Where did I get it from? I want to say it was one of Deirdre's creations. I've got a feeling it was one of Deirdre's. I'll look into that a little bit more and let you know next time when I'm showing you my yarn haul. Okay, I've got to go edit this and try and get this out to you so you can take advantage of buying the kits before the tariffs come in, if indeed it's something you want to do, or you may decide to switch out the colours for cheaper version or cheaper yarn, and that's just as good too. So, yep, bye for now. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget a thumbie. And leave a comment if you have anything you want to ask. I do currently answer all my comments, so or at least acknowledge them with a heart and a thumbs up. So yeah, if you have a question or any problems, if you want to know what Yarnsmith colors I chose for the rainbow one, I'm happy to tell you the colors I chose for the Yarnsmith one. But keep in mind, it's my interpretation using my eyes and comparing it to the Scheepjes using my eyes. So it may not be what you interpret it to be the best matchup. I will put that disclaimer there because, yeah. And I mean, I'll very happily tell you if you want to know, but I would say go have a look, compare them for yourself, see if you can find a better matchup for yourself, because, nobody is infallible. Not even the Pope. Eek. I shouldn't have said that probably, should I? Anyway, thank you again, and bye, and I will see you next time when I hope to be showing you Next time it'll probably be, apart from my usual tutorials, next time it'll be the cardigan, or it'll be another yarn haul, whatever comes first. Okay, see you later. Bye.